Come on, Rick, give him a hand as he comes.
Talk, guys. Do like all those preachers do. Look at your neighbor. Find a neighbor. Look at your neighbor. Look at your neighbor. Anybody? And just do this. Say, Baza! All right, here we go. Message for today: exposing Satan's biggest lie. How holy do you have to be before you can do what Jesus did? What Jesus did? You telling me I can walk on water? No, I'm not saying that. Don't get twisted. But we are supposed to be living a supernatural life. We're different from every other religion. Christianity, I never saw anybody saying, be healed in the name of Muhammad, and they got healed. I never saw anybody get healed in the name of Confucius or any other prophet. What's the difference? Jesus, he's the real deal. Jesus can raise the dead. Jesus can heal people. And, you know, it's not just the preachers or Benny Hinn or anybody else. All of us are supposed to be walking in the supernatural. Right. Back to the next one. These are the words of Jesus. I didn't say this. Jesus said this. I can guarantee this truth. Those who believe in me will do the things that I am doing. They will do even greater things because I am going to the Father. Jesus said that. I didn't say that. What did Jesus do? Go to the next one, please. Right. Jesus answered John's disciples because they asked him. He said, go back, tell John what you've seen and heard. Blind people see again. Lame people are walking. Those with skin diseases are made clean. Deaf people hear again. Dead people brought back to life. Poor people hear the good news. What did Jesus do? That's what he was about. What was a normal day for Jesus? There you go. Jesus, what did you do today? Oh, I healed some people, some blind people, a couple dead people, and then, that shouldn't be weird to us. It should not be weird to us. We have the real, true Christianity, the real, true religion, if you want to call it that, because we have the supernatural God with us and on our side. That's right. All right, go to the next one, please. All right. Again, Jesus says, these miraculous signs will accompany those who believe. Who? Or do we got any believers in here?
Come on.
Few. Here's what I didn't say this. Jesus said this. They will cast out demons in my name. They will speak in new languages. They will be able to handle snakes with safety. I wouldn't recommend that. And if they drink anything poisonous, it won't hurt them. Don't recommend that either. They will be able to place their hands on the sick and they will be healed. I didn't say that. Jesus said that. He didn't say special ministers, only pastors could do that. He said who? Those who? Do we got any believers in here? Let me ask you. Anybody? It shouldn't be weird to us to think about, think about it. You see somebody who's got a headache, and then you feel like, wow, I want to pray for them, but you feel too stupid. I will tell you right now, my first job was McDonald's, right? Don't make fun of me. And the manager there, she had like a really, really, really bad headache, and then she was just miserable, and then she went in the desk, and she's like, on the desk. I go, Denise, what's the matter? I got such a bad headache. I said, you want me to pray for you? I didn't know she was going to say yes. She's like, yeah, please. I was like, okay. So I'll put my hand on her. I'll pray for her. She was like, I feel better. Woo! Yes, I am ready to work. And I was like, are you serious? This should not be a weird thing. Next one, please. All right. Why does the church lack power? Here's the lies of the devil that keep believers from moving in God's supernatural power. I'm not good enough. I'm not holy enough. I'm not ready. I don't feel worthy. God will use somebody else. I don't know how. If you don't know how to do this, Kara's going to be mine today. How hard is that? I might do something wrong. You might do something right. Why don't you think something positive for a change? My sins are too big for God to use me. That is so not true. Next one, brother. Can God use these type of people? Murderers, thieves, porn addicts. What we want to talk about that? Sex addicts. Oh, I know you're going to. Prostitutes. What? And then people who just totally ignore him. What do you think? Yes? He could work supernatural things through people that have done all this? For real? Go to the next one, man. Exhibit number 1, Moses. Murderer! He murdered somebody. He was mad because they were mistreating a Hebrew. He saw the Egyptian mistreating a Hebrew. Went over there and killed him with his bare hands. A murderer! And God used this guy. What happened with Moses? He parted the Red Sea.
Yes.
People out of Egypt. Who knows their Bible? Come on. Right? This was a murderer. A murderer. People's in jail right now for murder. If you go up to them and say, listen, God could use you. No, man, I murdered people. Moses murdered somebody. God used him. All right. Exhibit number 2. Jacob. This is messed up. Okay. There was Jacob and Esau. Esau was the oldest. Back then, the oldest brother would get the bigger inheritance when daddy died. Okay? Now, Esau was a hairy dude. And Jacob was not a hairy dude. Jacob went and got him some hairy stuff and put it on his arm to fool his blind father that he was Esau and said, oh, Father, bless me. And then he gave him the blessing. And once you give the blessing, that's it. He gave him the blessing thinking it was Esau, stole his brother's birthright. He was a thief and he was a deceiver. That's messed up. That's like my brother got the winning lotto ticket, and then I stole it from him. And I didn't say nothing. I don't know how come I got $1 million in my bank all of a sudden. That's messed up. But what happened with this dude? He wrestled with an angel. How many of you have wrestled with an angel? Some of y'all be scared if you saw an angel or a demon. This guy wrestled with an angel. He said, I'm not letting you go until you bless me. Exhibit number 3. Rahab. A prostitute. Oh, she was a straight up, you know what? Yet this woman, God used this woman because there were spies that went into the land, that went into this place where they wanted to invade. She helped the Israelites to let them hide in there while other people were looking for them. And not only that, she's actually in the lineage of Jesus. Lineage means your ancestors. You go back and Jesus, da, 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 da. Jesus had a prostitute in his lineage. What? What? See, y'all wasn't listening. I got a prostitute. God used Rahab. She was a prostitute. Next. Samson. He sleeps around. This dude is big and strong, and he just sleeps around. He was married. He killed his wife. Then he was with a prostitute.
So he's an adulterer.
Then he hooked up with Delilah, lying to him, cutting his hair. Yet God used him to defeat the Philistines, who were the enemies of Israel at the time. God used him mightily, even though he slept around. I'm not going to say none of y'all sleep around. I know none of y'all sleep around. But God used him. God used him even though he was kind of loose. All right, next one, brother. We know this one. I like this picture. It's kind of cool.
Oh, that's so cool to me.
He tried to run from God. Come on now. God knows everything. He knows where you are. He knows everything at all times. How are you going to try to run from God? God said, I want you to go to such and such a place, Nineveh. I want you to preach to them. He's like, see ya. Where are you going to hide from God? You can't hide from God. God knows everything. He sees everything. And God used him. He finally obeyed after sitting in a nasty, smelly fish for a while. And then he finally obeyed. And then the whole city of Nineveh was like, whoa, yes, I want to get saved. They all got saved.